If you're awake to what's going on in the world, then you are early because in 10 years from now, people are going to look back and say, why did I believe that? Why did I believe the propaganda? How could I have been led to think this way and hate on Trump and hate on these people? And just like in World War II, when people thought, oh, Nazism is fine. Oh, Hitler is fine. They snapped out of it eventually, hopefully, and they realized, oh my gosh, I was tricked and I was bamboozled. And so this is what's happening right now where people, if you understand what this battle is, right? The deep state, the people behind the scenes, the Illuminati, all these guys, the people that are treasonous, they were caught. They were caught red-handed. Trump has said that many times. The military have supported and have reaffirmed these things. And it's all coming out, whether through Q, whether through other psyops, or whether through people that have just been communicating this. And nobody is listening because the media is an echo chamber. They're projecting certain things. But the gravity, and you really have to understand the gravity of their crimes. What they did was treasonous. What they have done with regards to whatever it is, crimes against humanity, behind the scenes stuff, all this stuff, selling out the US to the highest bidder and whatever, stuff that they were given top down, all of this is treasonous. And so they are not for the people. It's the people first, America first, if you live in the US. But this is also a global war. Right? It spans between countries. It goes to Russia, China. It goes all these places. And whoever this deep state is, they've had a grip on society, on the markets, and everything happening right now. You got Bitcoin, you have the crypto stuff, you have the BRICS nations. Everything's going crazy right now. Today is Super Tuesday at the time of this recording, and it's going to be fully Trump. It's going to be all Trump, and you had the DC stuff, and people are trying to jump on that. But if you know anything about probability, Trump is going to get the GOP nomination. And so this is from the perspective, again, from audience two. If you think and live in the facade of there's a legitimate election coming up and all that stuff, you don't really know about devolution and the continuity of government and everything that's going on right now. I'm not going to speak from that perspective. What I'm going to speak about right now, and even if it's audience three or audience two, is that there's a real war going on. There's a real war going on, and they are doing everything they can to save face because they know they are doomed. And they're making Trump out to be this dictator, this crazy person. If you watch any of the clips from recent, even in the last couple of days with the Supreme Court verdict coming out, people are saying all kinds of stuff like, oh my gosh, now it's over. Democracy as we know it is over. And they're projecting these things because they know they are in trouble, that this is their downfall. Because once the people learn, once the people wake up, and once justice is served with the military, with an actual good justice system, then you will know. And if they're not blackmailed and paid off, then these people, their end is near. And so I want to talk quickly about what their options are to win. And none of these options are working. So I just made this quick PowerPoint presentation, but the deep state options to win, what is it? Number one, remove Trump from the ballot. Obviously that didn't work, right? So the Supreme Court, all the other cases coming down the line and a lot of them being dismissed, it's a done deal, right? You got Nikki Haley, people trying to put a lot of money behind them for the GOP nomination, not working, right? Statistically, from a probability perspective, it's not working. And we'll see what happens after Super Tuesday. 1/3 of all these nominations, they're gonna come from this one day, right? Smear Trump, propaganda. None of this is working. It's a strong thing from the last couple of years, and even before that, ever since he walked down and was the president, he has been the target of these campaigns, the smear campaigns, the absolute utter just BS of lies and everything that's happening, right? So they're painting him out to be a certain person, but people are waking up. You're waking up. I've been awake, and many others are going through this process of a great awakening. Lawsuits to keep them busy, not working, right? All these things that are coming up, they're being swatted down, they're being dismissed, and you have the Supreme Court getting involved, and you have so many things. None of this is, and the Jack Smith stuff, all of this stuff is not working. And this works in conjunction with the smear campaign, not working, right? People are nominating him, they're winning, even from the other side, the left side, and they're seeing what's happening, right? They're waking up to it. It's not working, right? The other one is eliminate Trump. And I'm not going to say those words in terms of the actual tragic of action of what this is, but this is what some people want to happen. And I believe that there's a lot of unexplained or non-reported attempts on his life. But what does Q and these guys say? That he's protected, he's insulated, and nothing's going to happen to him because he has a ton of good military people on his side. So this is a no-go. And he's going to know exactly as he's moving, the people that are moving him, and also the people that are on his side, they're going to support him through this whole process. What is left? There are two options left. A bio attack or some kind of World War III thing. But we know that Q has hinted at, what if Russia, China, and the US are working in coordination to remove the deep state? And again, I'm not saying I agree and I love, CCP and, or not even that, but China and Xi Jinping and Putin and all these guys. But what if they have a common enemy? I've talked about this before. They have a common enemy of whether it's the bankers, the families, the Rockefeller type people that are in control of the money supply in the system so that they would be enslaved forever. So it's not unreasonable to think that these quote unquote good guys, or the people on one side, are going to try to be pitted against the other side, the deep state, and these guys who want control over you in the narrative. And so what are they going to do? Blame attacks, blame things on somebody else. And what did we see with COVID? There's a possibility of another pathological, biological attack. That's something that's possibly, and again, I'm not crossing it off because it could be there. Number 7, cheat in the election. What do we know about 2020? What do we know? What do we believe based on what we've seen over the last 4 years of evidence and various things coming out, and also evidence that has yet to be shown about 2020? They're keeping it, the white hats, in their back pocket. But what would that entail? You have the immigrants coming over, no voter ID, being paid, and all of this is coming out, guys. You can go research this, you can see it. The media, the mainstream media, they're going to suppress it, censor it, and all of that. But what if they want to use these people to cause chaos or division, or in their back pocket use it for voting or a vote come November, or a cyber attack? I've talked about the cyber attack, the hacks, and all this stuff, but these are very real possibilities for what may happen if certain lines are crossed and they can't come back from it. And so what am I saying here? What everybody else has been saying for the longest time, which is that there's clearly a concerted effort against Trump. Clearly, he goes against the establishment. Clearly, he wants to take down the deep state and the bad guys. And what does the deep state, the media, and all these guys do? They attack them relentlessly. They make them out to be the enemy, and they're trying everything they can to get rid of them. That much, from an audience 1 and even audience 2 perspective, you should be awakened to and realize, okay, there's something else here. And then when you dig into policies, when you dig into all of the biblical and non-biblical stuff and heretical stuff, you'll see, and you would know with your moral, ethical radar that you have, your moral compass, so to speak, you would know what's what. It's not about, oh, I don't like his demeanor, I don't like his personality. It's none of that. It's who has God selected, who has God anointed, and who is God using in this time to do his bidding and to do his will. So this is what you have to wake up to, what you have to see. And if you're early, like I said before, then you are in good hands because you will be able to navigate this next season very well. For others, they are clouded in judgment and they're going to have to take some time. It's going to take time. You have to maybe wake them up, handhold them. And it may even be years before they finally see it in hindsight. If you like these videos, guys, please subscribe. Click the bell icon for the notifications. I announced the other day a second YouTube channel specifically for exhortation and encouraging word. And so a lot of that is going to be just uncut. If you've followed me, you know what I'm talking about the last 3-4 years. It's none of this presentation stuff. It's not B-roll and clips and things like that like I'm doing with this channel, which I'm moving towards, highly edited. But the other channel is going to be more me, free-flowing, and giving just genuine words. So if you want to subscribe to that channel, I have it linked right down below. I also have it in my bio. So you can click it. It says youtube.com/Chris Yoon Encouragement, and you can go right to that. So you have to put the @ sign as well. I also have my store, chrisyoonstore.com. I really need your guys' support. I would love it if you guys would support me by buying something. I also still have my GoFundMe and GiveSend Go Up. Those links are below as well. I'm trying to reach my goal at some point, but we're still moving forward, guys. Things are happening, and we are in good hands under God. So I love you guys. I'll talk to you guys very soon.